way too many years of my adult life, I was either not dieting but stressed about food, or dieting and then stressed about the diet. But I was able to get rid of all of that thanks to intermittent fasting. Hello, my fellow fasting foodie friend, it's Jackie, and today we're talking about why 0 is our new favorite number. If you're like me, and I know you are because I've talked to so many of you in the comments, on lives, and DMs on Instagram, you love food and you have a hard time with diets because of that love of food. I know we're in this together. I love to eat, and my definition of foodie isn't about loving the upper echelon of food or fine dining. I don't need octopus or caviar or truffle oil. It's about loving all foods in all forms. In my opinion, celebrations always include food. I love planning food for events. I like planning food for holidays. I love grocery shopping and doing my weekly meal plan. That's why I consider myself a foodie. I love food. I love to eat, period. So we've established that we're alike, and you might be wondering, how can we intermittent fast when we love food so much? You might even think of what you're gonna eat as soon as you wake up in the day. Well, this is where the simple power of 0 comes in. Before we get to that power of 0, I'm gonna tell you about one other simple addition to my routine that I love: Element Electrolytes. I didn't have this for my first 2 years of fasting, and now it's a regular part of my routine. It has 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, and 60 milligrams magnesium. It's all the things that you need to stay hydrated, feeling good, and whether you're in your eating window or the fast, it's a simple addition that's also delicious. They have so many fruity flavors that I really love. I especially love the Element sparkling cans, grab and go, easy as could be. And they also have single serve packets in all the fruity flavors, raw, unflavored, or their winter chocolate medley that are great served warm. Right now, Element's offering my listeners a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single serve packets free with any Element order. It's the perfect way to try 8 of their flavors or to share Element with a salty friend. You can get yours at drinkelement.com/fastingfoodie. That's DRINKLMNT.com/fastingfoodie. Now that we've talked about the sponsor, let's get back to the power of 0. Before I became a stay-at-home mom, I remember so many times walking by the break room at work and someone would bring in donuts to share, or they'd bring in leftover birthday cake, and I would think, okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna have any of that. And guess what would stay on my mind while I was working? Or I'd say, okay, I'll cut this donut in half and I'm only gonna have half now. And then 20 minutes later, when I refilled my coffee cup, the other half of the donut was calling my name and I'd have that. Or I'd take a little sliver of cake 17 times during my workday. I'm sure you understand. I make cookies at home and I'm only gonna have one. And I do that only one multiple times throughout the evening. Or I'd make a really delicious creamy potato soup and I'm only gonna have a small bowl and then I'll have a salad with it. Well, that small bowl gets refilled multiple times and suddenly in the end was like a giant bowl. I know I'm not alone and I'm sure you can relate. The problem is a little is so subjective. What are you holding yourself to? Did it satisfy? Did it make you hungry, actually? Eating that little bit turned on the hunger cues. It's such a slippery slope because it activates your appetite. That's where the joy and the power of 0 comes in. 0 is simple. It's not subjective. Are you eating or are you not? When you're fasting, 0 means 0. No slivers, no bites, no just taking a taste. It's so freeing to say, I'm not eating right now. And when you don't do the sliver, the bite, the taste, you're not activating anything that's really gonna tempt you to keep going. And then there's no temptation to fight. I know that we have both been dragged down by that temptation before. Even if you're strong and you don't give in, how much does it ruin your day? That mental fatigue. And here's the hard truth. Yes, you do have to adapt to intermittent fasting before the power of 0 is simple, but I can promise you, if you are consistent with intermittent fasting and you make it your lifestyle, saying no to food becomes quite easy. It becomes your norm. You get to stop juggling the mental load of, can I, can't I, have I had too much? Should I do this? What will I have later? Will I regret this? You eliminate the regret and the stress, and it's so freeing. Dr. Bert Herring, I've read 2 of his books. This is The Fast 5 Diet and Appetite Correction. He says it best. When your limit is 0, you don't have to decide when to stop eating because you never started. How freeing is that? And here's where the next level of joy comes in. When you do open your eating window, you have 0 limits and total freedom. No calorie counting, no second guessing. You enjoy your food and your meal without limits, except for your own natural satisfaction point. And then guess what? You close your eating window and you return to 0. It's that simple. You don't have to decide, when do I stop? Was that too much? Should I keep going? What will I have later? You don't have to add up the 7 other meals and snacks you ate earlier in the day. You're eating or you're not. It can really be that simple. The mental burden for me is gone, and honestly, I have enjoyed that freedom much more than the 35 pounds that I've lost. I've shared a very similar video to this years ago, and if you want to know what's a testament to how sustainable the simple Power of Zero lifestyle is, I am here 3 years later remaking this video with the same joy, the same enthusiasm, the same benefits as I did 3 years ago. When was the last time you happily stuck to a diet for almost 5 years and keep telling people how wonderful it is? I can bet you probably never. If you give fasting a chance, you're either eating or you're not, I bet you can find the same freedom that I have. And I would love to hear how it changes your life. My life has never been the same since June 2020 when I started my first fast. I haven't looked back, and I know you could find the same success. I hope this video makes you excited to say yes to try intermittent fasting, and if you want to know how I suggest you get started simple, free, today, you can check out this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao down and ciao.